Hello and welcome, everyone. So, today we're going to be talking about is the risk worth the reward when it comes to opening your heart to love and dating and putting yourself back out there in the world? So, those of you who work with me tend to have already been in at least one relationship where you've had your heart broken, or you've broken another heart, or let's just face it, breaking up is just heartbreaking no matter who did it. And so we tend to get pretty fearful as we are going out there looking for love again, and we can really shut ourselves down and be afraid of that reward factor. And some of that is also because our nervous system and our mind is reminding us of past scenarios and situations. And that's oftentimes all we have to base our our current reality on is what happened in the past is possibly going to happen in the future. And so, what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is that, yes, there's a possibility that having your heart broken is possible. And the other side of the coin is that you actually have the opportunity to really be fully loved and met and fulfilled in relationship. And the difference between the two is simply the lens that we look through. So, absolutely, both possibilities exist. We might experience heartbreak again. We don't know what forever looks like with any partner. Even if we marry them and we have the intention of being together forever, at the end of the day, none of us truly know how long we are going to get to be here on this planet. So, whether it's through heartbreak or death, no relationship is ever certain. But are we willing to risk it anyway? Are we willing to risk the potential of loss so that we might experience amazing, epic love in the present? This is the kind of experience that is non-conditional. There is no time frame for love. And so there's a part of us that, if we're really truly wanting partnership, just like anything else in life, we have to take the risk of potentially failing, of potentially not getting it right, and maybe even doing that time and time again. None of us actually know our full outcome, but the one way that we truly know the outcome of being single is to never take a risk. And that is completely fair. You are totally welcome to not take risks in this life and not try to put yourself out there and attempt to meet another person. And that's not a judgment at all. It's one way of relating and being on this planet. But I believe that we were actually here to relate with each other and to grow and have our souls grow by relating with other people. And our soul has an opportunity to continue that growth when we actually put the lens on that helps us see it as such. So, oftentimes, when our nervous system is erratic based on past experiences and it doesn't know that there's a possibility of having a new experience, we tend to look at it through the lens of failure. All of my relationships have failed. I had one toxic relationship after another, I had one painful relationship after the other. And the difference, the very key difference with people who move out of old patterns of relationships that weren't nourishing, weren't nurturing, and weren't supportive was that they are able to put on a lens and look back on their old relationships and become curious about what wasn't working. And they actually look at that relationship and really self investigate And rather than just putting it all on the other person as if it was their fault, they did all the wrong. And in truth, maybe there is a lot of that is true. But because as adults, we actually play a part in our partnerships with people, we have to be mindful to look backwards and say, what was I not looking out for? What was I not doing for myself? What was I not taking care of in myself? And what did I learn from that past relationship that I can take forward into another relationship with fresh new eyes, fresh new glasses, so that basically I can open my heart to someone new coming into my life and be able to take the risk that this new person, in truth, yes, they might break my heart. I might break their heart, but can I be willing enough to open my heart enough to know the possibility that they also might not? This is the beauty in the sweet spot. And this is the difference of those that get stuck in their world of closing themselves off to relationship, closing themselves off to any future possibility because the risk outweighs the reward. Right? So, if you are really ready to move forward and to be able to leap towards the potentiality and the possibility of receiving the reward of your efforts, of putting your heart out there, to surrendering to the outcome, to never knowing for certain what's going to happen, but that the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful, delicate presence of love is so worth it in that moment, then I'm speaking to you. And this is your cheerleading call to say, I know that it's hard. I know that it can be challenging to open your heart to love. I know that your past wounds and heartbreaks have hardened that heart. And at the same time, your future possibility is not necessarily anything to do, it has nothing to do with your past, so long as you're able to put on those glasses and to look at the past and become curious and investigate everything that you need to learn to take with you. Now, if you are in a place of just recently, freshly having been heartbroken, or at least in the last year or two, or maybe you've just never done the healing work to heal your heartbreak, and it's been like 25 years, then no, don't take the risk yet. Take care of yourself and do the necessary investigation and hindsight to help you to be able to move forward so that your heart can move forward in a way that it's able to take a risk without needing to know the outcome, and knowing that no matter what happens, you'll always be able to land on your own 2 feet, or rather, in our case, land on your own heart, that your own heart has you through this experience. All right, so this video is short and sweet today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Many blessings.